The conversations in this hall are utterly dystopian. If you ask them whether it matters that Donald Trump's a convicted criminal, they will tell you he isn't. They simply don't believe it. If you ask whether Hunter Biden is a convicted criminal, they'll say he didn't get long enough and his dad should be in prison too. There is literally total asymmetry on how the people here see the rule of law. I used to think that they were kind of turning it on, putting it on, trying to spin this to the media. But I think something has actually happened. I think it has become more cultish. I genuinely think the people who are spouting this garbage are starting to believe what they're saying. And I should just say before we go, I mentioned the weirdos and the misfits. I mean, there is a really kind of distasteful thing going on, which is the RNC seems to be where sort of former celebrities come to reinvigorate their fallen celebrity status.
Liz Truss?
Well, funny you mention Liz Truss, Boris Johnson, who spoke yesterday to an absolutely empty room. We couldn't believe the pictures. We were expecting it to fill up until we understood that was as full as the room was going to get. But the other person that I bumped into was Russell Brand, who was on a talk show called Patriot. And he had with him a very young female assistant who was trying to keep us as far away from him as she could. And I was listening quite intensely to the interview. And the last question that the interviewer asked was, "So, Russell, there are a lot of young men listening to you here." And I thought, oh, he's going to go for it. Here's the bullseye. And then he said, "Tell us about fatherhood." It was unbelievable to see how much latitude and how much encouragement somebody who has been accused of multiple sexual allegations will get in a place like this. I understand that the Met are interviewing 25 separate women in terms of investigations into his alleged sexual abuse. None of that was discussed yesterday. When he came off air, I tried to grab his arm. He shot me daggers and fled.
Excuse me.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah. Funny that. He wasn't going to get that sort of question from you.
Any luck finding our Liz?
It's quite confusing because she posted a picture of herself yesterday wearing a long flowing red dress. And dare I say that everyone at the Republican Party who is female is wearing a lot of red and long flowing
For
red
once in her
dresses.
life, she's fitting in.
I've accosted everyone I can find, and they look horrified when I ask them if they're Liz Truss.
The Newsagents. This is a Global Player original podcast.